Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and we're back again with one of the computers that I picked up on my recent trip to Charlotte. This is the Socket 775 custom-built computer that I bought for $15. And as you saw in a previous video, this computer works just fine. It just needs some parts, which is what we're going to take care of in this video. I've decided to make this into my main Windows XP / Linux computer. And you may recall that I was doing the same thing on a Lenovo ThinkPad R61. Well, I wound up selling that because my setup changed once again, and I really didn't need that laptop anymore, so I can use a desktop for all this again. And I had been using a Optiplex 755, and I actually picked up another one in Charlotte, as you saw in my previous video. I mentioned I was going to do a motherboard swap between the two, but I think for an XP / Linux computer, this is going to be a better computer because you can upgrade a little bit more, and it's just a teeny bit newer. So, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to add these parts right here. Some of them were parts I already had, some of them I had to buy. And first of all, this computer currently only has 2 gigs of RAM, so I picked up another 2 gig DDR3 module, which will give it 4 gigs. I also bought this for it. This is a 120 gigabyte SSD. I figured since hard drives, or SSDs for that matter, of this size really aren't that much more than a hard drive of this size, I figured why not just put an SSD in here. And yes, I will be running Windows XP on an SSD. That is ridiculous. Yes, I know this is something that Duraga 1 would be doing. And I'll also be adding this hard drive. I had this in the Optiplex. This is a 500 gig Western Digital green drive. This is where I'll be keeping files on. And this is a DVD reader drive. This already has a DVD-RW drive in it, but I'm going to put this in here along with the DVD-RW drive that's already in there and give it dual optical drives because why not? There's really no point, but why not? I got these lying around, why not? And why not? I say why not one more time, why not? I don't know what I just said. This was in the Optiplex. This is a Adaptec Firewire card. This is the exact same Firewire card that I bought new in 2003 to put in the Dell Dimension 2350. So we'll be adding this into the system there. And a NVIDIA GeForce GT620, which I was using in the Optiplex. It's a very good card for what I plan to be using this system for. And I guess that'll about do it. So let's go ahead and start installing. Okay, just to recap what's already in here. It's already got 2 gigs of RAM. We'll be adding 2 more to it. And the CPU is a 2.93 gigahertz Core 2 Duo. I actually have a Core 2 Quad Q9550 coming for this computer. I ordered it on eBay the other day. It hasn't arrived in the mail yet. In fact, I don't think it's even been shipped yet. So we'll be doing that perhaps in a week or so. But until then, I think we'll get by just fine with the Core 2 Duo. So, where should we start first? Well, I guess we can start with the easiest, add the RAM. Alright, got 4 gigs in here now. And by the way, this is a MSI G41M-P34 motherboard. Dust out of here. Okay, next I think we'll add this optical drive. So right. Unscrewed it first before turning it around. Yeah, I think this will be a nice little system to have around for Socket 775 related needs. It's amazing how these computers, despite being over 10 years old, they still run great for a lot of tasks. Alright, boy, this is a very dusty optical drive. Whoa. About gagged on some dust there. And we're going to put this on the bottom. I usually put the when it comes to dual optical drives, I always like to put the reader on the bottom and I always like to put the reader on the top and the writer on the bottom. Let's go ahead and move this blanking plate. I'm actually considering doing that, and I'm also considering maybe getting a new case for this computer, because this one, while it's okay, is starting to fall a little bit apart. But I'm actually in the market for a new case for my main computer at the moment, so I think we'll worry about that for right now, and then worry about this later on down the road, since this isn't going to be my main system. Although, in many ways it could be, the specs it has. Okay, I gotta remove this metal part right here, and this looks like the kind of thing that can slice my hand off without warning, so yeah, let's carefully liberate this from the case. You know what, maybe some wire cutters would be a good idea. Hold on. Alright. I don't even know if this is going to work or not. Seriously, why do case manufacturers and the 5 1/4 inch drive bays, why do they always have to put these stupid metal blanks behind the plastic blank? I mean, don't you think this is good enough? That way I don't have to slice my hand open. Okay, this top part's coming off just with my hand. Yeah, it does feel sharp. Use the pliers to yank it out. There we go. Not sure if this bottom part has to come out. I think it does, unfortunately. So let's just do what we did before and use some pliers. Okay, that's on there good. Seriously, why do they think this is a good idea? All this just to have dual optical drives that I'll probably never use. I'm pathetic. There we go. And not one single laceration. Okay. Let's put the rider down here. Oh, too far. Alright, find some screws. I think this screw is too big. I'm not very organized when it comes to computer screws, the spare ones that is. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation a lot of times. Actually have to make an effort. Okay, but I think we got some proper screws here. I hope. Yeah, this case, it kind of snaps into place, the optical drives that is. You only have to screw in just this one side, which is convenient. And this screwdriver is not magnetized, which makes things a little bit more difficult. Alright, bottom is in. Let's put the new top one in. Get in there. Oh, this is going well. Okay, we can just use these original screws this time. I guess so you can see it on camera. I need to come up with a name for this system because calling it the Socket 775 computer is too much of a mouthful. Alright. Looks pretty good. Just gotta plug them up. Just plug the top drive in, but for the second drive on the bottom, we may have to do a little bit of cable searching. I think I'm gonna have to cut a zip tie here. Oh yeah, and this computer was proudly made in South Carolina. Just thought you'd like to know that. I don't cut any cables. I just want the cable tie cut. Alright, there we go. I think that's good enough. Alright. Bottom drive's got power. Now I just need to grab a spare set of cable. rearranging here.
Alright, plug this on in. Just realize you can't really see anything, can you? Okay, there we go. Alright, that's it for the optical drives. Now let's put the hard drive in. The one we're going to use for storage, that is. We're going to put it right here in the bay. Yeah, this computer came with no hard drive. Alright, guess this goes on like this. Line the screws up. Just realized I gotta find more screws. And maybe these will work. I tried to use earlier. Alright, looks like it will. I gotta find two more. This side. Okay. Slide this in here. I guess that's good. Screw it in place. Again, it sometimes stinks to have a non-magnetized screwdriver. So I'm going to start with my fingers there. Okay. You know, I just realized something kind of not so good. I think I've ran out of SATA power connectors, which we need for the SSD. But I think I may have an adapter somewhere. Let me go look for that. Okay, crisis averted. Got one of these babies here. So I'll tap into the optical drive power. There we go. Yeah, I know these are a fire hazard. You don't have to remind me in the comments. I've heard all the horror stories. Okay, alright. Now we can add in our SSD. First. And we are using all four of the SATA ports. And our SSD up. And we really don't have anywhere to mount this, but since this SSD, unlike a hard drive, does not have moving parts, we can just put it wherever we want, so we'll just slide it in under the floppy drive. Okay, now let's install these expansion cards. We'll go ahead and put the FireWire card in on the bottom into the
only PCI slot this computer has. It's going crooked. Not sure what the deal is here. Well, it's crooked, but I guess it'll be okay. And the video card. Alright, that went in just fine. So I think I'll screw these in off camera. Alright, everything is ready to go. I believe we've done all the upgrades that this system can have at the moment. Still waiting on the Core 2 quad that will go right there. That will probably get here in about a week or so. But here's the inside of how it looks, all fulled up. Here's the back I/O. We now have video card and the FireWire card there. And the front with its dual optical drives. So, well, let's see if it still works. Okay, got it hooked up, so let's see what happens. Alright, got power. We have a power on self-test. It reset itself. It's resetting itself like crazy. Why do I have a feeling that the power supply is too small to handle the upgrades I gave it? If that's the case, then we're in trouble. It's staying on this time, but no post. Yeah, this is not positive. This is not a positive sign. Let's try again. It's staying on, but it's not posting. Well, guess looks like I get to do my favorite thing in the whole world. Troubleshoot. Oh, please help me. Okay, it's posting. But that's because I took the RAM module out that we added. Hopefully, I didn't buy a bad stick of RAM. Of course, there's nothing to boot to on this computer right now, so we'll just power it off for now. Let me put the RAM back in. Maybe it just wasn't seated properly. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. Guess I just need to be reseated. I love simple quick fixes like that. It makes my life so much easier and happier. Okay. Don't have any IDE drives. It's picking up the SSD, the storage hard drive, the DVD-ROM, and the DVD-RW. E7500 Core 2 Duo with 4 gigs of RAM. That's what we want to see, and we are running off the NVIDIA card. Alright. I think we're in good shape. And again, we don't have an operating system on any of the drives right now, so I guess I'll button this computer back up and we'll put it in its permanent home and start on the software end of things. Okay, computer's in its new home down there. Yes, I got a lot of stuff around here and it does get in the way. So, let me grab my easy to boot flash drive. We'll start by installing Windows XP. And my camera lost focus. Powering it on. And there's a huge glare from the light. Okay, maybe this is better. Might actually automatically boot from this since there's nothing on any of the hard drives. Well, guess not. F11, I think. There we go. From USB. So far, I think this has been a successful project. I probably jinxed myself just saying that. Okay, go down to Windows. Again, one of the big reasons why I like installing XP from this easy to boot drive is because it has built-in AHCI SATA drivers. Because normally when you install XP on a SATA drive, you've got a what is it? Why did my mind go blank? You got to set it to compatibility mode, so it'll think it's an IDE drive, unless you have the right driver, which can be a lot of times be a pain in the butt to find and install. But this does it automatically, and I don't think it did it because I think for some reason this computer might be in compatibility mode. So let's reboot and try again. See if we can get into the setup, delete. Not a comfortable position, by the way. Gotta figure out where it is. Not sure what that is. Let's just disable the IDE controller completely. RAID mode is set to IDE, so that's the only option. This might not actually work. Yeah, I guess this is... I don't know why. I think it's... there's just no AHCI on here, despite it being from 2010. That's when I discovered that's when this computer was built, 2010, by the way. So, yeah, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. So anyway, we did this exact same XP Linux dual boot not that long ago, and I'm not going to bore you with this once again, so I will start recording again when we're on the other side of XP setup. Okay, it's actually nighttime now. It's been a long time since I made the last part of this video. Not only is XP now installed on this computer, but Ubuntu Mate is on here as well. I decided to do all that off camera because we did all that in the ThinkPad R61 video last month, and I figured you guys probably wouldn't want to see that all over again. So I'm just show you it booting up, and of course, since it's got an SSD, it's quite fast. And it has a very loud fan for some reason. And I did update the BIOS to the latest one, and it works just fine. Okay, here's the grub boot menu. First we'll boot into Ubuntu. I'm still trying slowly but surely to familiarize myself with the world of Linux. It's a slow process, and you gotta start somewhere. And yeah, that was pretty quick. I don't have really any applications installed on here yet. I've been busy with a lot of other stuff today. So yeah, go ahead and restart. And because I don't have a keyboard tray right here, I'm having to use my main computer keyboard right here and this computer's keyboard right here, and it's not ideal. I need to find one of those add-on keyboard trays to put right here so it's not so awkward to use. And I'm unable to put a second desk in this room, by the way, so that's out of the question. See how quick that was? I don't think that blue bar made it all the way across. Yeah, that's the power of an SSD, folks. And we're pretty much already booted. Again, like in Ubuntu, I don't have really anything installed yet on the Windows side of things. Just the drivers. There's all the hardware goodies. Again, I'm expecting a Core 2 Quad Q9550 in the mail sometime next week. And I'll try and do a video where I upgrade the CPU in this computer for you guys. NVIDIA GeForce GT 620. It's got gigabit Ethernet, that's pretty nice. There's the FireWire card. And it uses VIA high definition audio. Probably not the best in the world, but sounds good to me. So yeah, I think this was a successful project. Still kind of a work in progress, and yes, please ignore the rat's nest of cables back there. Again, still waiting on the new CPU to arrive, so we'll add that in at a later time. But until then, this is Billy Core, signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also support me on Patreon if you would like. The link to all of these are down below. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.